Bei der Europawahl wählen wir nicht nur für uns, sondern für die ganze EU. Da habe ich mir die Frage gestellt, wie leben und arbeiten eigentlich andere YouTuber in Europa? Welche Themen beschäftigen sie in ihren Ländern? In diesem Video treffe ich Creator in 3 europäischen Hauptstädten. Als erstes geht meine Reise nach Rumänien. Das ist Mihai Alexandru Hasch. Er ist seit über 8 Jahren auf YouTube. Mit 1,4 Millionen Abonnenten bei nur knapp 20 Millionen Einwohnern in Rumänien ist er einer der größten Stars des Landes.
Mr. Blaze! How are you, man? Nice to see you.
Good.
Come on in. This is Josh.
Robin, hi.
Josh.
Nice to meet you. So how many employees do you have?
6.
6.
Yeah, we had a rough day yesterday. We had a lot of stuff to do.
Work like 12 hours yesterday.
12 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like explaining us. Yeah.
Please help! Call the European Union. He kicks my ass at FIFA. That's the most important thing he does.
Somebody told me that your channel is actually...
This is a door for hobbits. So sorry.
Somebody told me that you're actually bigger in Romania than like the public television channels. Like that you have more subscribers than they have viewers usually.
Yeah. But I don't have more money though.
That's a problem.
We need to work on that. But yeah. Așa că o să vă mai dăm un timp de răgaz de o săptămână.
How would you describe your channel to people in Germany?
I created like this show that was kind of similar to what the real William Johnson used to do back in the day, and it kind of like took off. And now I'm going through a transition of content. I'm starting to create content that is more socially oriented, show who I am as a whole person, not only this side of me, not only the funny side. Europarlamentar PSD între 2014 și 2017 și astăzi ministru delegat pentru afaceri europene.
What's the biggest issue that is facing you as a YouTuber?
Now, I think the legislation in place regarding copyright and
Article 13?
yes, the whole directive in general, especially Article 13. And there were some comments. People were saying, "Oh, boo-hoo! They're gonna shut down your YouTube. Now you can get a real job like us regular people." But this is a real job. I mean, we're doing stuff.
I think I've gotten the exact same comments. Yeah, so it's very similar, just in a different language.
So haters are everywhere.
Haters are everywhere.
Every country.
What does the training page look like in Romania?
Oh, it's horrible.
Also the same in every country.
It's horrible. I almost feel like YouTube is encouraging stupid content.
Zum Glück gibt es Ausnahmen, zum Beispiel in Prag. Auch dort hat mich meine Reise durch Europa hingeführt. Hier lebt und arbeitet Enrique Fonseca Porras, ein Spanier, dessen YouTube-Kanal Visual Politic als größter spanischsprachiger Politikkanal über 1 Million Abonnenten auf der ganzen Welt erreicht. Produziert in Tschechien.
Hey, nice seeing you, man.
See you.
Wow, I didn't imagine you'd be so tall. Yeah. Welcome to my studio.
Nice.
This is, well, you can see that I have already
Lights, yeah.
for the sound. I don't use this. I don't like it. I like this sound. And then when I'm recording, I'm like, well, I have the camera there. This is the most violent tribe in the planet.
So you're working from home from Prague, but there's 2 other people in your team and they work in Spain.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 other people you work with, a British guy and a German guy, and they also work in Prague and make the same channel in different languages.
Yeah.
On this channel, we talk about politics.
En este canal hablamos de política.
So how did this come together? How did you become a team, like an international team of people working together on these politics channels?
It all started with the 2 Spanish guys and me, because we were really good friends. We knew each other from years ago, and we were crazy about politics. When we came up with the idea of having a YouTube channel together, I was living here in Prague already, and they were in Fiji.
Fiji?
In Fiji Islands. Like all these conversations that we are crazy about politics, we really love it. Why don't we make a YouTube channel about it? And when they came back from Fiji to Spain is when we started.
Significa que si Putin ganara estos comicios, sería el líder que más...
Why do you think it's important to have a channel on politics?
Imagine there is an oil cargo ship that sinks in the ocean. So 20 minutes later, you have all the newspapers, interview with the captain of the ship, interview with an expert on ecology who's going to tell us the magnitude of the catastrophe, whatever. But nobody's going to tell you what happens with those thousands ships that they never sink and they get to their destination. And those are the really interesting ones, because those are the responsibles for you having gas when you go to the gas station. So there was a need for a channel like this.
Den Bedarf nach Hintergrundinfos, den gibt es auch in Dänemark. Hier wohnen angeblich die glücklichsten Menschen der Welt. Dort treffe ich Maria Jaris. Sie ist seit 2 Jahren YouTuberin, hat 53.000 Abonnenten und lebt davon.
Hi. Hi, Robin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Denmark.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Really
I
nice
hope you
here.
like it.
Yeah, and you live here.
Yeah, I do. This is my camera, my ring light, and yeah, then when I film, I stand here, and I usually have my lab coat on. So yeah, it's like part of this character, because my channel is about science and knowledge.
Hej, what the fucker. Har du nogensinde undret dig over, hvorfor vi mennesker har forskellige øjenfarver?
Since I was a kid and I used to go to school, I was having a hard time to follow through in school, and it's not that because the teachers were bad at telling or explaining things, I couldn't understand it. And then I thought, maybe there are some other children here in Denmark who feels the same way, or young people. Why not make a YouTube channel about knowledge and science?
Men hvad er demokrati lige præcis, og hvordan fungerer det? Lad os undersøge det sammen.
It's interesting because you have 53,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I do.
And for Germany, I don't think you'd be able to live off that quite yet.
No,
Is it because in Denmark you're actually quite big because there's so few Danish people in comparison?
Denmark is such a small country, and the biggest YouTuber in Denmark has like 300,000.
Oh wow! Okay.
That's like the biggest that's ever gotten. So Denmark is a small country, so you can live by 50,000 followers. I'm the only one in Denmark who makes like videos about knowledge and science.
Oh really? The only one?
Yeah, the only one.
3 völlig unterschiedliche Personen in völlig verschiedenen Orten. Was haben sie gemeinsam und was unterscheidet sich in ihren Ländern? Bukarest ist mit rund 2 Millionen Einwohnern nicht nur die größte Stadt in Rumänien, sondern auch eine der größten Städte der EU. Hier sieht man zwischen wunderschöner Architektur die verfallenen Überreste des Kommunismus.
What do you like about living in Bucharest?
That's hard.
Nothing.
That's hard to answer actually, because I've lived in different cities in Romania and in Europe as well. So I did 1 year of Erasmus in Spain.
Oh, okay. So why do you choose to live in Bucharest and not in another European city?
I don't know. A lot of people ask me that actually. And Romania has this phenomenon of brain drain. After the borders opened in 2007, a lot of people migrated, a lot of smart people. And me, I don't know, I think there's a lot of stuff to do here. There are so much things that are lacking. It still has room for improvement. And we can do this.
So you're here to kind of help Romania be better?
Yeah, in a way. And you know what? I lived in Spain for 1.5 years, and it's kind of difficult when you do not live in your country amongst your people, especially in Europe, and especially as a Romanian. Because usually when I tell people that I'm from Romania, a lot of them say like, "Oh, really? Okay." I'm gonna watch my wallet or something, you know, because that's the reality. I mean, the reputation of people from this country is not very good, and living with this pressure all day long, I don't think that would be, you know, a way to live for at least not for me. I have a European way of thinking, and I can help the people here. Yeah, and I'm doing pretty good. I mean, it's okay for me. I have a nice life.
Fonseca hat auch ein schönes Leben, das hat er sich bewusst ausgesucht, in einem anderen EU-Land. Prag ist seine Wahlheimat. Kein Wunder, nach London, Paris und Rom ist es die meistbesuchte Stadt in Europa.
Why did you move to Prague?
I spent 1 year making a research what will be my perfect country, and it was Czech Republic.
Oh, really?
and
You really researched
Yeah.
what's a good city to live in?
Yeah, I spent 1 year reading all kinds of reports, websites, finding information about the best political system, economic growth, tax system, cost of living, and Prague was perfect because Czech Republic is close to home. It's in Europe, so I don't have any visa problem. First of all, yeah, it's the European Union. I don't have any visa problem. Second, it's close to home and the flights are cheap, so I can always go home for Christmas and visit my family. And also the taxes are pretty good. It's pretty much in the middle of all the factors that I was taking care of. And then when I came here, I realized that I fell in love with the city.
Dänemark gilt als glücklich, aber ist das wirklich so? Hier wird in Digitalisierung und Bildung investiert und die Löhne sind hoch. Gleichzeitig fordert Dänemark aber auch hohe Steuern.
The taxes are very high, but that's the main reason why some people who don't have jobs, they can easily find one or get support if they want to. So, yeah.
And it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
I have to say, it's just
Today it's raining, so.
But I mean, it's just the architecture, everything is just incredibly beautiful.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't want to move anywhere else. Like Copenhagen is my home, and I'm born here, and this is where I probably will be like the rest of my life. So.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Wie in anderen EU-Ländern wird auch hier über die Asylpolitik gestritten. Anfang 2019 wurde das Asylverfahren weiter verschärft. Nicht die Integration steht im Vordergrund, sondern die möglichst schnelle Abschiebung. Dänemark, das glücklichste Land, nur für Dänen?
There are also here in Denmark, sadly, there are some politicians who strives against that. But I hope that in the future it will change, because here in Denmark, it's like people are being more open to welcoming refugees, and with the whole thing about immigration, it's really not that negative anymore like it used to be. So I think there is still hope, and changes will happen for every country.
Do you see yourself as European?
Yeah, I do. I think like Denmark is an international country, so yeah, of course, and often a lot of people from Europe come here and work as well. So you meet different kind of people from Europe. So yeah.
What do you think are positive things that Europe brings to Denmark?
Like it helps us to see each other, meet each other in the eye, and notice that we're not that different from each other just because you're from Germany and I'm from Denmark. So we're like the same people in Europe, no matter where you live.
Mihai erzählt mir etwas Ähnliches. Durch die Möglichkeit, überall in der EU zu arbeiten, gibt es Verbindungen zueinander.
I think every Romanian you ask has a friend, has a family member that works in the EU. So EU culture is constantly entering Romania. The people are constantly having connections with other people in the European Union, their relatives, their friends. So they are pro-West, obviously.
Being an influencer works exactly the same in Romania than it does in every other country, I feel like. We just walked into an agency and you just got a new phone.
Apropos kostenlose Geschenke, Rumänien hat ein großes Problem: Korruption. Die EU beobachtet die rumänische Regierung scharf und wirft ihr vor, die Rechtsstaatlichkeit zu gefährden und Korruption zu fördern. Letztes Jahr wurden bei Protesten gegen Korruption, bei denen bis zu 100.000 Rumänen auf die Straße gingen, hunderte Demonstranten verletzt.
What's the biggest political issue that's facing Romania?
Corruption and the old mentality, the old post-communist mentality.
How do young people feel about that or politics in general in Romania, in your opinion?
It's hard to get young people involved in politics because there's this aura around politics that it's messy, it's corrupt, it's crooked. You don't get involved. If you get involved in politics, that means you want to make some money. So it's hard to change this mentality, but I think more and more young people are beginning to understand that their vote matters, and if you don't like something, you can change it, you can get involved. If you don't like a politician, you can run yourself. Why not run yourself? A very important component of this is influencers like us, doing things like this. in order for them to see that we're not all entertainment and flashy things. We really care about the lives we live. To show them that look, politics can be good. You can change things with politics.
Do you think that people in Romania are hopeful about the future?
The young people are, yes. I think they hope for a better life, obviously. They are hopeful that some of their relatives might come back to the country. I doubt it. Like, this country is evolving, that's true. We have progress. It's slow progress. We wanted a faster progress, but there is progress. So there is hope. I mean, things are going better, not worse, overall.
Ob junge Menschen in Spanien ähnlich zuversichtlich sind? Sie haben es dort seit der Finanzkrise von 2008 nicht leicht. Jugendarbeitslosigkeit ist ein Riesenthema.
During the financial crisis of 2008, it hit Spain really hard. And it was another existential crisis. That's actually why they moved here.
Another issue in Spain is unemployment, especially youth unemployment.
Yeah, to me actually that should be the biggest issue. The general feeling in Spain is if you're young, you still need to walk a long way to be an adult, for real. Be able to have a house, be independent from your parents. Like for instance in Spain, it's normal that a 25-year-old guy still lives with his parents. Wow. Or even a 30-year-old guy lives still with the parents. The American dream is you go to America, you create a company, and you go rich. The Spanish, of course, many people fail at that dream, but okay, beautiful dream to have. The Spanish dream is you study, you get an exam, and you get a position as a civil servant forever. You don't have to, they cannot fire you.
So if that's the Spanish dream, what's the European dream?
I don't know.
Is it moving to Prague and living in a different country?
Now that you say it, yeah, that could be the European dream. The European dream is there are no borders, at least no borders between Europe. You can live anywhere you want. You can find your place where you're happy, and yeah, be ambitious. You don't have to focus only on your local market. Why not? You can go everywhere. Yeah. I didn't think about it, but it makes sense.
So you're living the European dream.
I'm living the European dream.
Was ist der europäische Traum? Ich habe 3 Millennials getroffen, die wie ich in Hauptstädten wohnen, mit Technologie aufgewachsen sind und ihr Geld mit dem Internet verdienen. Eine Generation, die verknüpft ist und sich als Europäer sieht. Obwohl wir in unterschiedlichen Ländern wohnen und andere Sprachen sprechen, haben wir ähnliche Chancen, Probleme, Ängste und Hoffnungen. Europa verbindet uns und ermöglicht uns, diese Chancen zu nutzen. Bei der kommenden Europawahl wählen wir nicht nur für uns, sondern für ganz Europa. Was bedeutet Europa für dich?
It's one of the greatest historical experiments. So many countries, removing the borders, trading with each other, traveling and visiting each other. I think it's great.
I think most people forgot how it is to live under communist rule, or how it is to live in a divided Germany, or how it is to not be able to vote. Most people have no idea how our parents or grandparents used to live. And they take the freedoms they have today, they take them for granted, and they shouldn't.
We're the same people, we have the same, the same dreams, the same hopes for life and stuff like that. So we're not different from each other. Think before you choose.